And while Let Your Love Flow had hit the country charts, as I recall, it was with the release of If I Said You Had a Beautiful Body, Would You Hold It Against Me, that you guys really kind of stormed into the country music mainstream. So you were touching upon that story a little bit, that Conway Twitty had heard it. What was the kind of the story with that song, and what was the idea that started it?
Well, the idea that started it is I saw Groucho Marx use that line on his old TV show one night on a rerun from the 50s or whatever year that was on. You're telling your age. And but I was in L. This was the 1970s, of course, but I was in L.A. and they were showing all those old Groucho Marx. I think it was You Bet Your Life. Was that the name of that one?
Yeah, yeah.
And he said that, and I said, I just said to myself, I said, that'd make a really great song title, you know.
And a great pickup line.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, for me.
Well, at least you're a musician to fall back on, right? So, back to Let Your Love Flow for a second. How did you guys first find out that it had taken off in Europe? And did you even realize anyone over there had your album in hand when that happened?
No, not really. And the strangest thing is we got a call. We were living in LA at the time. We got a call and said, the record's broke in Holland. It just broke in Holland. We're gonna need to shoot they said a demonstration video. They didn't even call it music videos back. And we said, where's Holland? Well, who's Holland? We thought they were talking about a person, you know. And they said, no, the country of Holland. The record's breaking there, and so we made a video, and before we knew it, we were on top of the pops in London, and we were all over the German. They had these German teen shows back then. They used to cover millions of kids that would watch it, you know. So only 3 channels, so you were sure they are going to see you on it. Yeah, one of those. So by the time we got to Europe, we were already really well known.
Where were you guys when you found out it had hit #1 in the States, and what do you guys remember about that moment?
Oh, wow. Was a hit. We were probably in the skies, in the friendly skies between Europe, Asia, and the U.S. I'm not sure where we were exactly. I remember that our parents got somebody here at our home to loan them one of those big old road signs. They used to have those ones on wheels, you know, those lights on that would light up, and they put it down on State Road 52, which was the biggest road around here because we're in it's in the moon. Yeah. And it said #1 in the nation, you know, they put Let Your Love Flow, Bellamy Brothers. So that's what I remember mostly about it. It was a big deal here.
And it's funny, now they do that with like the people, the last week of American Idol with the contestants. So, we were talking a little bit about Beautiful Body. Did that song feel like it was going to be a country hit when you were recording it? And was that because of the support that you had from Conway Twitty, or did you instinctively also know?
I thought it would be a hit if you could get it played. You know, it's just back then everything was so it was so much
DJ reliant.
Yeah, and the promotion guy and the DJ's relationship and everything with, but it did what we thought it would do. It took off pretty fast, and we didn't get game. It became a song of the year in England. Yeah, as well. Yeah.
And that's so interesting. How did you guys find out it was taking off in places like Ireland and Europe? Did you get a phone call from somebody over there, or was it a producer here?
Yeah, and what the really weird thing is the thing went that was the #1 song of the year in England, and the record company in London hated it, and so because they had Steel Guitar on it. So this guy in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, was a record promoter. He came down to the record label in London, and he said, "You got anything I can work on? I can promote." And they said, "Well, there's this Bellamy song." He said, "But we don't like it. If you want to get it played," he takes it back to Northern Ireland. They started playing it, and it becomes so big, it went back to England and became England, Wales, Ireland. It became
UK.
The whole UK was the record of the year. And our label absolutely hated it in London.
So the European label had an issue with it because it had the lap steel in it?
Yeah, because it was country.
About what year was that, would you say?
76. Think they? Oh no, that was 81. Wasn't it?
That's so bizarre because they probably at that time were loving everything the band Yes was putting out, and at that point, as I recall, Steve Howe was probably, throwing a he was playing with a lap steel on every third song, I think.
Right.
He was all about it, and of course, England loved Yes; they were from there.
Oh yeah.
So, did it surprise you at all that a country song was popular there? I mean, I understand pop seems more universal, as you guys obviously discovered, but there does seem to be a big market for country sound there as well. I mean, what do you make of that?
I think people, in the UK have pretty broad. I mean, the people, not necessarily the programmers, but a lot of our music got mostly famous in the UK for coming off the ghost ships. The offshore ships. They used to credit because the BBC was still at that time still playing like your string quartet and stuff, and not necessarily, but the ships parked out there would play all the stuff and beam it in, and that's where everybody heard it. That's how Love Flow broke in the UK.
That's so interesting.